Hi, I'm Carolyn. In this talk, we'll be looking in more detail at the available tools to deliver 21st century learning, including the benefits for both teachers and students. We'll start by looking at students versus teachers in terms of using digital tools. Then we'll summarise the progress adults have made, and finally we'll use this information to work out a suitable approach to new technology. So, students versus teachers. This may come as a shock, but they have become more advanced than us in several ways. So we all know young people are completely at ease in a digital world. You just have to look around you to see examples of generational differences where younger equals more skilled. So we're all used to texting. This is my texting, single finger. And we all know that teens and younger people use both thumbs for texting. Their fine motor skills have actually improved in both thumbs. Another random example, playing video games actually improves people's responses. Another life skill improved via video games is visual perception, and scientists agree that playing video games actually improves your ability to process visual information. So whereas you or I, looking at a screen, might focus right in the centre, people who played video games tend to have much better peripheral vision, which actually translates again into sort of real life driving skills. You would get an improvement there. So in all these ways and more, young people are probably more different from adults than ever before. And the question is, can they use this for purposes other than entertainment? So, where are we now? As we've already mentioned, we're talking about two different groups of people. We've got digital immigrants, that's us, and digital natives, that's them, the students, for the large part. So in effect, the tables have been turned. But don't let this put you off. Don't get stressed by the addition of new technology to the classroom. These days, it doesn't matter if you're not 100% confident with every whizzy new feature of your interactive software. Why? Well, what would you normally do if you wanted help in such a situation? Think of two everyday examples. Your satellite remote has a strange function which you don't understand, or your computer has a complete meltdown. Who do you ask for help? In our house, I ask my son. Even my husband asks my son. In fact, our son is frequently aghast at the depths of our ignorance. However, the flip side is he's often quite proud to help us out, proud to be useful. So in my opinion, if there's one thing that should embody 21st century learning, it's this exchange of information between teachers and pupils, or parents and children. As long as you know your subject, the other information doesn't have to rest completely with you. Learning, especially learning a language, should be a two-way street. So, if you need to ask a student which icon to click on, it's not the end of the world. It's another way to engage with students, which is something we'll investigate in a later talk. If you see people in the street, young people in the street or at school, there they are with phone in hand, earphones in, and you probably think that when they go home they might exchange one of those objects for another maybe, but no. What often happens at home is multitasking gone mad. So finally, what does all this mean for the modern school environment? We certainly can't ignore these changes. There are several reasons why, as a teacher, often as a digital immigrant, we should attempt to engage with this culture. One reason is relatability. Students will find it harder to relate to, or in some cases respect, an adult who has no concept of what their world is like. Another reason is that having this familiarity with their world allows you to become closer to your students and enables you to transfer information in ways that are more efficient and meaningful to your classes. You could also add that it might actually be quite fun. So how does this translate into classroom use? Having an interactive whiteboard in the classroom streamlines the whole process for teachers. It allows us to deliver more visually attractive lessons which appeal to students, draw their attention and, as a result, motivate them. Certain things become far more dynamic and efficient. You can focus on a particular text and you know your students are looking at the right place on the page. You can play an audio file instantly just by clicking on a link. No fiddling with CD player, so the class don't become distracted. In addition, a good digital course may also offer the option of checking answers instantly. Students will have their own tools, access to an interactive course book via a laptop or tablet, where they can review a lesson, listen to audio files again, and do interactive exercises for themselves. That's during class. But what happens at home? Homework can be done online. The students can identify their mistakes and see the correct answer, get immediate feedback. If they struggle with lexical or grammatical material, they can obtain help in the form of a drop-down grammar explanation or word lists. For teachers, this actually frees up contact time in class instead of going through all the homework. Plus, you can track progress of individual students and classes, print a report, and then focus on any problem areas. Digital learning also means mobile applications, for example, to support vocabulary, as well as video and audio recordings in MP3 format. Additionally, this kind of diversity stimulates different areas in the brain and allows for students with different learning styles, like your visual learners or your auditory learners. And finally, the internet offers an amazing opportunity which can develop not only language skills, but also life skills. Projects that encourage students to use internet resources should become a regular part of learning a foreign language. Are there any dangers? The greatest danger, first of all, is getting lost in the jungle of information, which we've already talked about. So selecting information is a key skill. It's also important to maintain a balance. So skillful juggling between various media, including textbooks, exercise books, your online learning, will certainly be a challenge for 21st century teachers. And to avoid passive reception, which is your third pitfall, teachers need to promote an active approach. Students should be aware that they have to be creators too, just as they are on social networks. So even selection of information is active information processing. The teacher can go further, so how about getting students to convey the content from the internet in a different medium? You could produce a film that they would put up on YouTube or their VLE, make a Facebook page only using their foreign language, or a multimedia presentation using software to create slides. They could even set up a Skype interview with students in another school. For students, it will often be great fun to use modern media and their capabilities, and they will use the language at the same time. So overall, the message concerning digital tools is embrace the changes, they're fun, more authentic, and can lead to improved opportunity for language practice. In conclusion, for teachers, writers and publishers, 21st century learning is all about adapting. In many ways, it doesn't matter whether you adapt quickly or slowly. Young people will always be seeking the cutting edge of technological change, so they don't expect us to keep up, but they do expect us to try. So standing still is probably not an option. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you join us again next time for the next in our series of talks. Thank you.